Hey, hey, hey. Hi, guys. Back again with video tip number 11. Just want to double check on the old trusty phone and make sure I'm live. I'm pretty sure I am. Awesome. So, one of the things that I've been asked as well about video is how do you get people to trust you through video? Because, when you're making videos, sometimes you don't always have to be you. Live, you don't have to always be there face to camera. So sometimes you can use images and videos that can create that trust for you. So I want to share with you today is how that you can build that trust. And we go through 3 different areas in that. So number 1 is you need to really know who you're talking to. You need to actually know who you're talking to almost better than they know themselves. That takes a little bit of work, takes a little bit of research, and it takes attention from you to pay attention to who you think it is, to how they're languaging it. So when you can actually talk to somebody that you almost know what their words better than they do themselves because you have a listening for it, it could be really, really beneficial. So that's number 1. You need to know them well, and there's some work. We call it avatar or ideal client, whatever language you use for that. But I can't underestimate the amount of work that you actually need to put a focus on that. So you need to know who you're targeting. There's no point if you're selling perfume, for example, if you start targeting 7-year-old children. That's a complete exaggeration, but you get what I mean. So number 2 is, and this is the one that I really want to spend some time with, and I'm going to share my screen with you in a moment, is some of you will have heard about the drug called oxytocin. So oxytocin is a chemical within our bodies that the body usually produces itself way back in the hippocampus there. So it produces it, and it's called the love drug, because what it does is it actually elicits the happy drug. It makes you feel happy. It helps you trust somebody. And how can we do that in video? What way can we do that in video? So there's a couple of really easy ways to do it. And I'm going to show you one image in particular that to me really speaks to exactly how it is. So one of the things is eye contact. And when you have eye contact in your video, within the video, so you might have a video clip, but if you have somebody looking at the camera, if you have an image that looks directly at the camera, it can have huge impact in making sure that it actually talks to that person. So let me just show you one of the ones that I found is a really awesome example of this was, let me just share. Gwen Stefani, when Gwen Stefani had, I believe it was her first child, she and her husband actually took control. Instead of selling their photo to the highest bidder in media and everything at the time, or getting them to come and take photos, they actually took control and they took the photo and they released it. But I want you to just pay attention to what's going on in this photo. Yes, there's a cute baby in it and that sort of thing, but the actual oxytocin that you get from looking at something like this is, look at where the eyes are facing. Her eyes are looking straight at you. You see the baby, and the baby's eyes are just about looking straight at the cameraman as well, which I believe is her husband. There's a trust there. There's a vulnerability, but there's a trust. There's a realness there. So when you can put things like this within your videos, where the eyes are actually talking to them, it implies you're telling the truth. It implies that they can trust you. When you couple that with that you know them so well, it's like, well, you know me almost better than I know myself, so therefore I know I can trust you. So that's the second one. So the release of oxytocin, as I say, is that love drug. So it's really important to be able to emotionally connect with your ideal client, with your target market, within your videos, whether it's for marketing or if you're running a course, you can do it in courses too, that you're talking to them. You know, when you sit and you listen to something, you go, oh yeah, oh my God, yes. It's as if they're inside my head. That's what we want to get. Of course, we do this ethically. I'm talking about doing all of this ethically and showing your value in a way that people will know your value and therefore be able to buy from you. So you don't have to be the person that's in front of the video all the time, but make sure your images or video clips, whatever it is you're using, that they have some of that eye contact to the viewer as well. So what it triggers if you don't have this, and this is the third thing I want to share with you, no is the safe answer. So it's easier to say no to something than to say a possible yes. And what I mean by that is when you kind of think, oh, maybe I'm not sure, there's a little bit of indecision about it. So when you don't have this and you trigger some of that, you don't trigger the oxytocin, that you trigger a little bit of distrust because there's a mismatch maybe in your message, it can trigger a quick shutdown in the brain and go, no, because no is safe. No implies safety. So if you think about it in as human evolution, like years and years ago, it was like, no, I'm not doing it because that's not safe. If something was not safe, we wouldn't do it. And when we bring that into our evolution now, no becomes a safe answer because that's too unknown and I don't trust it. So it's really important that we give people the opportunity to say yes to the value that you can add. And we can do that really easy through images and videos. So I wanted to share that with you because what we want to do is we want to get you to, we have the top end of the funnel, if you like. So that's where, you know, we get the bigger groups of people, but we want to get people down to that tight end of the funnel. So that's where your higher end clients are. That's where your big ticket clients are. So the more trust you can build in your marketing videos, in any contact that you have with people along the way, then the more they're going to trust you. So when it comes time to put into action the proposal that you have for them, it may be a 12-month course, you're really clear on your image and your message, that it'll be a no-brainer for them to say yes at that bottom end of that funnel for the high-end clients. So guys, that was another tip for today about video. I trust that that has, I'll just stop sharing. I trust that that has actually helped you along. These are little tips and tricks that I've been asked for, and I answer people one-on-one and they say, oh my God, that was so great. So I'm sharing them with you guys to help you along. If it is that you're down near that bottom end of the funnel, or you're trying to get down near that bottom end of the funnel and you're not sure exactly how to do it, private message me, because I'm going on a course myself to actually start doing that right now. And if you want to come along with me, let me know and I'll give you the details. But for now, guys, it's bye from me.